Wait the sound and tell the people about the musical disc coming your way.
No, no, no. You don't love me, and I know now. No, no, no. You don't love me as I know now. 'Cause you left me, baby. And
Good afternoon and welcome to Game Changers with Fabian Lyon. We are coming to you on a special Saturday edition of Game Changers with Fabian Lyon. And I would like to extend a happy Independence Day to all Jamaicans and Jamaica. They are celebrating their 60th year of independence. And it is only apropos that we bring on somebody who definitely resonates with Jamaica, with the culture there, and is indeed a reggae icon. So we just saw Miss Dawn Penn with what I call a reggae anthem, a No No No, otherwise known as You Don't Love Me, a hit from 1994. And there is not a reggae club that you have gone to that has not played this at least once every night. So without further ado, let me welcome live from England, Miss Dawn Penn herself. Hello, Miss Dawn.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
I'm staying very well. Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Not a problem.
Yes, yes, Miss
All is
Dawn.
well.
Well, I like to wish you also a happy Independence Day, and as you know, Jamaica is celebrating its 60th year
Yes.
today, and maybe just get your
Mhm.
thoughts on that first.
Well, it's a long time and it's a good achievement. And I think we're still in the learning curve arena, but we are getting there.
Most definitely, we are definitely getting there. So Miss Dawn, there's so much to cover, but I mean that video, that song never gets old. Every time I go somewhere and they're playing it, I have to get up and dance. After all these years from 1994, what does that song, that classic? I call it an anthem because I think anthem is a select group of songs. Like very few songs get into that anthem category. What are your thoughts about that song? So
Well,
many years after.
I'm chuffed. Looking back, and that those lyrics always in my mind. Looking back and reminiscing on, growing up as a young teenager and knowing we're going in the studio, and I know up to this time how popular this song would have been. I
Uh
mean, I
huh.
just did it. I just recorded it because I love music and I was doing music, classical music. So that's what's it. That's what's up.
Okay, we have a little feedback there.
Don't do nothing. Take care of the thing. Can you hear me though?
Yes, I can hear you. We just got a little
Okay.
feedback there, so
We're
hopefully
not.
it's just
I'm not going to use a mic. I just going to talk with you through the phone. Is
okay. Okay,
that
that
okay?
that works. That works. That
Yes.
works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
So
Uh huh.
going to school, just leaving primary school, elementary school to go to high school, to go like in first form, and
Right.
doing these things and doing classical music and playing the violin and all these different things.
Uh
I was
huh.
already in a musical arena at home and
Uh
very
huh.
um whatever that word is, strict.
You were tricked.
Strict.
Strict. Strict.
Strict. Strict on the having manners. I
Every
couldn't be out
manners.
by a certain time. I had to be home from school when it was over and all these things. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
when my dad sent us out to the school party and thing, he would say be back by 7:30,
Right.
and by 7:30 he would be at the bus stop waiting on us. Remember this?
Okay. Yes, no doubt. Miss Don, if you could just dress back a little bit, A little more. That's perfect. Now,
Yes.
speaking of strict, you just told me off camera that "To Sir with Love" you sang that under another name. So
Suzette.
speak
Suzette.
to
I was
Suzette.
in French at school,
Uh
and
huh.
Suzette is a French for dawn. And Aurora is another name as well. Because
Wow.
I did French in school. My French teacher came from Paris. So we had the
Ah,
best of the cream of the crop teaching us French. You know what I mean?
yes.
Mrs. Wade. I will not forget her name.
Wow. So your parents didn't even know that you were recording at that time. You had to record under another name.
Suzette. That's what I'm
Suzette.
telling you. And
Wow.
I can't give you the follow up history about that track anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So Don, just tell me as far as that particular song. I was reading up on it. I believe you originally sang it in 1967, and then in
Yeah.
1992 it experienced a rebirth because I believe you were invited on stage. You sang it, and from there it really took off.
Which one? Just I will love?
Uh,
You mean
no. The
you don't
first.
love me?
Yeah, no. You don't love me.
You
Yes.
don't love me came about. Studio One was celebrating their 35th anniversary back in around 1993. That's
Uh huh.
when I got the deal with Big Beat Atlantic. That's when Heartbeat out in New York said they wanted Studio One to do an album commemorating 35 years of Coxsone in the music business in Jamaica.
Right.
And I was secretary to Vanessa McGowan, who was actually doing the show at Oceana. So I knew where all the people who were bands, all who were, solo artists, groups, and all these different things, everybody came together to have this show. And then Heartbeat said they wanted an album. My song was
Mhm.
done at Mixing Lab in Half a Tree. I'm in the
Right.
place now.
Uh
And
huh.
what it is, my song was running the album. That's how I got the deal with Big Beat Atlantic. I got an
Mm,
8-year deal, but it only lasted for about 2 or 1, whatever.
mhm.
But the song has lived and been in movies, and other people have done it, and I hear people are doing it in all different mixes, and just came across a Spanish version and all these different things. But that's all good. Giving thanks.
Giving thanks. And did you know at the time, Miss Dawn, that this song would really carry to international status? Did you have that feeling that this song was different?
So I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Remember, this is a behind the scene rocket me running with my music. I mean, the classical
Right.
music show up and Tchaikovsky and Benson and Mozart and all these people. Sonata and G by this and doing the exams with the Royal School of Music out to England, coming to Jamaica and testing you to learn and play some pieces and scales and oral culture. And the music
Mm,
came from Times Store. So
okay.
that's what I was doing, classical music. But yeah, behind my parents and back now, somebody see me on teenage dance party. I say, "Oh, I saw Dawn in teenage dance party. She can't be playing for church. She's going to be on this thing."
Oh
We
my.
just back off. That's when we start to do the, behind the scenes kind of activity.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So what about this song you think that really resonates with people to that degree? You think you
Well,
think it's the
really,
lyrics, the beat, a combination?
that say that again.
What do you think resonates so much with this one particular song with so many people?
Well, let's face it, we're human beings. We fall in love and we fall out of love. You get married and
Right.
you get divorced.
Uh-huh.
As young kids, you have people that you know as a young person, and you have people that you meet along the way of life, and you have some that stay with you, some that don't stay with you, and things like that. So it's an ongoing kind of mentality, for want of a better word, or activity or cliche that people have to deal with from time to time.
No
If that is
doubt.
making any sense.
Yes, it makes all the sense in the world. Love and
And
heartbreak,
I mean,
that's
it's the love of parents, it's the love of
uh-huh.
brothers and sisters and families and all these things. So love is a very important part of life, I think.
Hmm. Well, definitely we can all relate to love and getting our heart broken and stuff like that. As you say, it's real life stuff. Real life
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Indeed.
Well,
But when you're young, it don't really matter, but it's kind of hard when you're old now.
it's still
You
matter, you
know,
know. It still hurts, you
an
know.
adult. Yes,
Huh?
well, some people carry bear the youth, whatever happened in the youth, y- to when they become an adult, what used to happen for them and how their life was and all this type of thing. But I think, you have to follow certain rules and regulations and toe the line in a lot of things. And as you get older, you learn how to deter from making certain mistakes.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, definitely.
So,
So has anybody ever come up to you, Miss Dawn, and said how this song really maybe told their story and they could really relate to it? Has that ever happened to you?
yeah, I can't tell you one of them. I say, all my children, they make up a year song, I say, what? Couldn't even laugh. People tell me all kind of thing, real and true.
Right.
I don't want to repeat some of the thing they say, but boy, dangerous.
Well, that is
It's true.
definitely a song that will carry on forever and forever. So Don, I see you're in the studio. I just want to big up your manager David. Thank him for this opportunity to even have this conversation inside his studios. You stopped your recording and to make this show happen. So big up to your manager David, number one. And tell me what you're working on these days. Catch us up.
Well, um, I have a gospel album and I also have a secular album and I have quite a few singles coming out as well. And I have a lot of shows to do, including one this weekend, one next weekend, and the list goes on.
Right.
To
So
name a
so
few.
just to name a few.
Yes.
So, a number of your fans have contacted me. They have a couple questions that they'd like to ask you. That they admire your career, how long you've done it, and to stay on top. And one is an artist by the name of Kazaya, and she asked of Miss Dawn, what advice would you give to young women who are embarking on their musical journey, performing, touring, etc.? Also, what does what do you believe is the key to longevity in this business?
Well, longevity in this business, in man's world, that's what I need to know. The men gets bigger pay than the women, you know that, to be
Right.
fair.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little difference in the US because the sort of, the women are getting there with the right salary, but the woman, well, the man is the ruler of the house anyway, so I don't even have no qualms about that. But as you say, get back to what is to do. I think a good thing is to learn to play some kind of instrument. You can play the piano without learning music, without doing anything in it, because you can play the piano by ear. The notes are already there, and the right notes is the sharps, and the left notes is the flats. The black one, to your
Hmm.
left is the flats, and to the right is the sharp. So these
Hmm.
white notes, every eight note is the same thing. It's just that it's in a different octave. So it's easier to play something on the piano like right away if you hear something that you like, or if you get a creativity budge or urge, you can just go on the piano and play it or try to play it that way,
Right. Hmm.
and do your own lyrics, because lyrics cause a problem if it's not yours. The music is a problem if it's not yours. The melody is a problem if it's not yours. And it
Hmm.
goes without saying that you have to try and own the thing to really get what you really deserve. And it's a lot of hard work, really. People believe it's just thing, and then you need a following. I mean, thank God for the social media now that you can interact with the people them and um, be kind of known to them on a one-to-one kind of closeness kind of business, and that helps, I think,
Hmm.
and to interact with the people then. But we never have these things at that time, and there was no promotion going on in the way. The sound systems was what was helping though.
Okay.
So
Yes.
if I'm
All right.
making any sense to answer your question.
Yes, you're making all the sense. But longevity is another question because very few can do it for as long as you've done it at such a high level, Miss Dawn. So what do you credit your longevity to?
My longevity,
Yes,
talk to my daddy regular here. You ever hear about our father who art in heaven? Is my
the
father, that
Father.
my big
Okay.
daddy. And I talk to that being on a regular basis.
Mm,
And a lot of things I do. I fast. I follow the Muslim them and fast. I don't follow them, but fasting
yeah.
helps. If
Right.
you get into a spiritual mode, you have to do some kind of connection and eat the right foods and treat yourself right, and you know give thanks no matter what, whether you have a problem or whether you don't have a problem. That's just me, and it works
Mm,
for me anyway. And I
yeah.
would suggest it would work with everyone because that is how it really supposed to be.
Hmm.
So we have to
So
stay tuned to someone, to the being.
yes, to the being, and definitely
And
the
I
self care.
and I think sorry, because of the culture and the language,
Hmm.
I think that's what is causing the confusion because people believe that them can see God, but they really can't see the being. And it's your Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is only three people. The way you see Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Elohim, Jehovah El Shaddai, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Shalom. That's a whole set of being there. So, and each one of
Mm,
those names means something.
right.
They're in charge of something. So, the more you talk to the Most High, the deeper you get into the thing. So,
Hmm.
we need the help.
Definitely. Definitely. Check in with the Father. Check in with the Father.
Have to call him, call him when you have a problem, and call him when you don't have a problem. And you're
Hmm.
good.
Hmm. So Miss Dawn, performing in front of so many people, the first time you did it, just tell me what you feel your legacy is as far as your messaging and the joy and happiness that you've given millions of people over the years.
What is the joy and the message? I
Yes.
just try to be true to myself, let it off in music. That's what it is. Because some of the songs, if you listen to it, here's the key. If you say goodbye, you're leaving one who won't really cry. So even if you say goodbye, here's the key. I don't miss you, but here's the key mean catch that. So it's kind of ambiguous. You'd believe the key for a house, but it's nothing to do with anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the key. But it's just some vendors that I used to get into and I go on the piano and play them.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father said, I don't want no quail on my piano. So I have to try to do that when I'm not at home, you know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
Or I go
Yeah.
play somebody's studio and then them record me and I don't even know. Oh, that song.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened several times.
Mm. And they don't compensate you for it.
Let's not even go that route. That's a long story.
Mm. Yeah. Well, we hope that gets fixed.
And the people them pass away.
Yeah, well, we hope that gets fixed because that has been going on for way too long. And we talk about royalties, you talk about licensing, and that we have a lot of work to do with that. And I hope it gets addressed because too many artists have left us and not be compensated for all their great work.
Very disturbing. Them don't
Mm.
even call them name. They don't even write a book or some kind of thing. I don't know. I think if everybody was to get together and say do a book or autobiography of some kind or some kind of book, like even a dictionary or a diary with certain things. But we have enough artists. A lot of them have passed, but you still have a, quite a few who could do something good if we could link up together as the Jamaican people and get these things going. And then you have the Maroons. Kumina Poko and those things come from them too. Nobody not talk about them neither.
Right.
So, you know, it's a lot of natural things and Congo drum playing and all these things.
Hmm.
Chanting.
Yes.
Chanting make a lot of things happen if you sing a long time. You make a lot of things happen.
Okay.
Your spirit can make a lot of things happen. Your mind
Yeah.
and what you're singing about can turn into positive things.
Hmm.
So we have the weapons, and not weapons like fighting anyone, but
Right.
just to protect ourselves spiritually.
Yes.
Because that's what it is now.
Yeah, we definitely need those weapons. We need that
Not
shield. We
that we're
need
going
that.
to fight anybody with no
No.
warfare thing. It's not a warfare thing. It's a spiritual thing. You can't see it. Just like how you see the germs come in and nobody can see it. It's what is
Right.
you have to have the spiritual eye.
Yes. So tell me about tomorrow's performance, Miss Dawn. Where are you going to be, and how are you looking forward to that event tomorrow?
Okay. That one is going to be in Birmingham, and it should be good because the people want to get out and celebrate and enjoy themselves, and it's something remarkable. 60 years of Jamaica's independence, and we have come a long way. It's like the age
Yeah.
of a oldish person because 70 is a number,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good that we can celebrate, come together, and reminisce on things of the past. It's just that people like, say, Louise Bennett or Miranda Williams or Lois Kelly Barrow, I don't even know if she's around,
Mm-hmm.
or, different people like pantomime, people doing things over here, but pantomime was a thing at Ward Theatre. I was into them as well. And,
Mm-hmm.
the theatre thing is a popular thing as well. They have some with Bob over here as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, yes, we have the culture, we know the thing. It's just that some don't get exposed as much as others, and a lot of new ones
Yeah.
coming in as well.
Yes, for sure. Well, I just want to pause and to welcome anybody just that has just signed on in the past couple minutes. We are here with a reggae icon, Miss Dawn Penn. Thank you for joining us here in Game Changers with Fabian Line special Saturday edition. And Miss Dawn has been so kind to make time on her weekend in between. She's doing some studio work before, and she'll do some after the show. Miss Dawn, I wanted to ask you about there's another question from a big fan of yours. Her name is Shay Lawrence, Shae. She is also an established artist here in the United States. She mentioned that you were on the BET Awards a couple years back, and
Yes.
she was watching it, and she got so elated and happy after seeing how the young crowd there, they really just enjoyed having you, and they really supported you. She wants to know, how did that feel that you resonate with the younger crowd as well?
It's quite uplifting. I'm chuffed at the idea. And as I say, remember talking about love, So the young people, them young teenager, you have the love of brothers and sisters and mother and father and all these different things. And sometimes things don't rock the right way. So, you have hints of something not too good, and then you have some that were positive all the way. So that's what it's about, really.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Okay.
answer your question?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I'm sure Shay will be happy to hear that you answered it as well, because she's been waiting for a while to ask that question of you. As far as all the artists that you've inspired, Miss Dawn, if I could just allow you to speak to them right now, to any young artists who really admire you, what would you tell them?
I don't know what to say. What did they admire? Is it the way I sing? Is it the words I sing? Is it the music I do? What? It's it's actually um interacting. It's best to interact with the people that like your music, though. To be fair, you get more out of the social media has done a lot for putting the artist and the world at large in the same bottle, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
To connect with the people that inspire you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and people give you ideas and things like that. So you have to take those on board as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have a crowd around you. I don't know if I'm answering your question right, but
Yes,
I'm
you
just
answered
saying.
every question. Excellent. Love that. Love it. Love that. So Miss Dawn, when you first started out, you took a little break from music. How was that break? Was it refreshing to come back, when you took that break
Yeah.
initially?
Okay. I went to Tortola of the British Virgin Islands around 1972
Mm-hmm.
because my dad was from Tortola of the British Virgin Islands. We didn't find out until some long time after, because his thing was in a little thing when he come from work, because he work on a ship. He guides the ships into
Okay.
Kingston Harbor.
Uh huh.
So he had to go back to his country. And my mom said one day, "Oh, your father spent so much money and he's in this country and there's nobody." And I just resigned from telephone company that afternoon. I was on a flight via Puerto Rico
Mm-hmm.
to go to Tortola. And I lived there for 17 years.
Wow.
But it's a larger than life story that elated to be or turned out to be as well. And it's still getting bigger. I'm getting confused, really. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, it's a learning curve for me. And I'm just, no matter what happened, I'm still happy in my spirit, that I actually went there as well. I lived there for 17 years. So I worked in the bank, I worked in the airline, I worked with the chief medical officer. I did a lot of things over there.
Mm-hmm. Did you miss the music? Did you miss the
Oh,
industry?
as you talk about the music, by the time I reached back to Jamaica, um, it's dancehall them have, I'm saying to
Right.
myself, dancehall. Well, if the music sounds so good, why they didn't put lyrics to it? Because it was like playing the background music of the music,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and I'm saying, well, they just partly write a song then, so them have the beat and the beat bad, so then they need some strong lyrics now, and then everything started to evolve into that kind of arena. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's good that you know Jamaican people are able to express themselves in music, and the Congo drumming and thing adds to it as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, is there anybody out there that you'd like to sing with, collaborate with? Anybody off the top of your head, Miss Dawn,
Well,
that you'd like to
off
sing
the
with?
top of my head, well, really and truly, so much people I'd want to sing with, but I admire. Let me tell you who my mentor was, Dionne Warwick. I knew every song she sang. I knew the
Wow.
songs that Aretha Franklin did.
Right.
Patti LaBelle is one of my favorites as well. Even Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Yeah.
As those were the groups, but Patti LaBelle, she was the group, and then she became by herself, and then Aretha was by herself all the time, and Dionne Warwick was somebody. As I say, she was like my mentor. I listened to all her music. That's why I did Long Day Short Night as well in reggae,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of people really. Yeah, you can't jump on the big one. Them like you say, you don't want to do a track with Beyonce, or you'd want to do a track with some next person who is out there. You have the local Jamaican people them as well. I don't know much of their names. Well, I don't really. I don't know. I don't get a chance to interact with them like that, but I know of them.
Right.
But I have done quite a few tracks with different people, and I am also doing my own thing on
Mm-hmm.
my label, The Beat,
The beat. Okay.
DA-BEAT Limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was gonna
Um,
ask where we can find all your music and stuff for all your fans out there. Where we can find you
well,
on the platform.
I noticed that Spotify has a very nice collection of my music where
Right.
people are listening non-stop to the
Mm-hmm.
thousands, to the millions,
Mm-hmm.
and I really have to appreciate them because you have a lot of artists out there as well,
Right.
and that's just one platform, and the different platforms that have their stringent rules and things. You have to do this and you have to do that, or you can't do that, and all these things. But Spotify gives you a chance to, do what you got to do, and um, it's rather interesting. The music industry is a business. We just had it as a hobby when
Mm-hmm.
we were doing it, because I always had a job. It
Mm-hmm.
was not a job for me until where I was working Virgin Megastore in Manhattan, mid Manhattan. I was selling reggae music, and when I look at the music that Lee Scratch Perry did, I nearly feel Scratch Perry have so much music, CD and all these things, and guess what? They put me in charge of the people come to buy the CD. Them one day, a man from the box came in to buy some music and said, "Oh,
uh,
you look like somebody I know. I've seen somewhere." I said, "Me? I don't think so." The man leave and come back about about a half hour and say, "Oh, I saw you on TV singing that song." I said, "Me? Are you sure?" It's my cousin, not me. And that was the first encounter with the thing. And I said, "But I can make more money from singing than working,
Right.
in an office." But I really did like banking and all these things. I did a lot of things. I wanted to know everything. So
Mm.
I would be doing a lot of, work that would help me in my older age, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Something I can
Yeah.
fall on. So, yeah, because
Yes.
nobody never know music was making any money like this. I
Mm.
remember saying we doing it as a hobby, we go in the studio and sing out and all these things and don't sign no contract and can't get the rights and don't worry about it neither.
Mm. Yeah.
So, all is well though. It's a learning curve.
Yeah. Well, speaking of collaboration, this young artist Kazaya would love to reach out to you and collaborate with you. So just letting you know. But I want to ask you, as far as when you're on stage singing this one particular song, Miss Dawn, "You Don't Love Me," and every time you go on stage, how does that feel? The reaction from the fans, because that must really be a big boost for you, a big energy boost for you every single time. I can imagine.
In, you are imagining well. Sometimes I get lost, I don't know what to do. I start jump up in the air like me and dance and all them things. But as I said, it's an experience people go through from time to time. All
Uh
their life, really. We all have that
right.
experience, unless I think everybody have option to that option of an experience
Yeah.
like that. So, um, it's a learning curve for everyone. Yeah,
Hmm.
growing up, like have a song named "Growing Up." It wasn't easy. These type of stuff. So,
Right.
I rest my case.
We all have that in common. Love and heartbreak and
Yeah,
all them kind of
because
stuff.
and also the love of the siblings. One sister don't
Yeah.
like the brother because maybe the one is favorite and the other one get the thing, and them a watch who
Yeah.
gets the most benefit and all these things, and some might be going out on a limb to do things and nobody not pay them the money, and then them start to get upset. You know what I mean? But it's everyday living and it's liberty. So
Hmm. Yeah. So you said you have a
they make
you have an album coming out, or what you're working on? Any album coming out? Any
I
releases?
don't I don't wo- I don't work on the album long time. It's just that with all these different stupid is coming on in the world, it just get put back, and I just don't even worry about it because I say when the time is right, it's going to be out. Full
Right.
stop. And
Yes.
really and truly, the people them have it already, but I don't know. I may be just waiting for that moment. But you know how the music industry go. It don't have a special time for a song to come out again. People believe that after a certain part of the month of the year, it's either going to be old or some story like that when the new year comes. But I think it's the longevity of the music that you put out that will speak for itself.
Hmm.
So,
So
and then you have over promotion and all them something there.
yeah. Well, we wish you all the best with all that you have coming up in store, and we there's so much love that we have for you, Miss Dawn. How do you look at reggae right now? Before we let you go, I know you got to get back in your. How do you view reggae right now, for where it is, and how would you describe it?
But I hearing this lady, what this lady name again? I forget her name right now, but she is singing some old time song reggae as well. She is an American icon. I forget her name right now. Adele.
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 Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear some song where she's singing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sound good.
good.
Sound good.
Yes. Well, her voice is
Yeah.
always good. So
Yeah.
anything she touch with the thing, but she's giving it another flavor because of her voice is. And
Yeah.
she's doing it another way because she don't really directly is a reggae person like that.
Uh huh.
So she's doing her interpretation of what she's singing.
Yeah. Yes. So reggae has really traveled the world and continues to do so.
But it's not reggae alone, it's rocksteady and ska.
Mm-hmm.
You forget. And then you have the dub business, the music behind the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
That's another matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you never have these type of music, the lyrics wouldn't mean anything.
Right.
Because
Right.
everything joined up to make something happen positive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes, Mr. Don. That is really something that we should not forget is the foundation music, rock steady, and just to see it transition to reggae.
yeah.
Yeah, ska as well. Hmm.
And even the drumming, the Congo drumming and all these things. Really have to thank the Maroon that anyway. 'Cause that's what they do, chant.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the beat that these things create and so forth make everything,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes, Miss Dawn. So, Miss Dawn, we thank you so much for coming on the show, and as I said, all the best in your performance tomorrow. Is there anything that you'd like to tell your fans before we close? I'm giving the mic to you.
Well, I would just say, I will try my best to produce the best music that I can in this time, and just wish to get their continued support.
Yes, no doubt. And if they want to see what's going on with you, they can go on your website. You got a great website, by the way. I think it's called Dawn Penn Official, and that's a very very nice website as well.
Thank you, but I also have I don't talk about things before they happen anyway. They're happening, but they're not finalized. I don't like talk about them like that. But I have some nail thing, nail, and I have some fragrances as well,
Okay, that's coming
and
out
that's top
soon.
secret,
That's
and
top
that's top
secret.
secret.
Okay. Well, one day they won't be top secret. So if anything you want
That's
to,
all right.
if anything, the Game Changer show would be honored to feature anything that you're coming out with, Miss Dawn. So just let me
Yeah,
know. Okay.
I must thank you for me today on your show anyway at short
Yeah.
notice.
Yes. Well, thank you,
It's
Miss Dawn. Thank you
good.
for Mr. David in the back working so hard as
Yeah,
always.
I'll chat about
Thank you,
too,
Mr.
because
David.
he made it possible. And it's funny enough, I had to come to the studio, but I just said better do it here because it's a private place, and
Yeah.
can
Yes.
express yourself with no only for thing.
Yeah.
So you can say shout out to him if you want.
Yes.
Hi,
Okay, Mr.
how you
David.
doing? How you
Respect,
doing?
sir.
I'm her DJ. I'm DJing for her tomorrow, so she's gonna knock them out. Don't worry.
Yes, she will. Respect to you, sir. Respect.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, Don, we're gonna close it with one of my favorite songs and videos. You Don't Love Me. So thank you so much, Miss Don. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you and
Thanks
stay
for
safe.
having me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Guidance and
All
peace.
right.
Bye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Wait the sound and tell the people about the musical disc coming your way.